So I do try to harp on people that it is part of the pillars is medication. The way that they work, which helps kind of facilitate the rest of this conversation, is they help to hold on to the bone you already have. So they don't let you release the bone as it just naturally sheds in all of our bodies. And those are a lot of them, Fosamax being the first one that's most widely recommended. So I do try to harp on people that it is part of the pillars is medication, but I understand when people don't want to because they've had side effects, or they're even on a drug holiday, like they might have already taken it for 5 to 6 years and now they're going down off of it because that's how it works. And so they might be scaling up on their resistance training or their impact just to find another piece of the puzzle that might help them. So for the woman that's coming in that you just gave me an example of, I would kind of put her through a full movement screen. So overhead squat, inline lunge, I would do that kind of finger breath test. I do some overhead, like with the wall behind me, just to see how much shoulder mobility they have or thoracic opening that they have. And if they don't have that certain amount of range, then we're going to make goals and give them exercises to help elongate those muscles, whether it's in their chest or like their lat on their back. So trying to figure out what is causing their kyphosis, because I think people just think, I have a kyphosis, I need to do this exercise, and that's not always the case. So having that individualized exam really helps me as the practitioner know where there's room for improvement, whether it's the posture. Most people haven't started a resistance or impact training schedule, and that's something that I definitely get to, but after they've learned bone safe mechanics. So lifting from the hips, bending the knees, just introducing weights in a way that's more realistic in everyday life before I'm starting to throw a barbell on them or have them do kettlebell swings. Like I need to make sure that they can load the dishwasher without bothering their spine. So that usually takes a few sessions for this example. And yeah, trying to meet them where their goals are. So if this woman's already in the gym and already lifting weights, like it's basically a matter of fine tuning that to a bone loading dosage, which is different than a muscle dosage. So
totally. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Sure. Yeah. If you and I are trying to gain muscle strength, we might aim to do an exercise for 10 to 15 reps, and that would be kind of in that hypertrophy muscle building stage. But really for strength to promote bone remodeling, we want to be in what's called the strength dosage, which would more so be like 5 to 8 reps of an exercise before you need a break or before you lose like proper quality of that motion. So I always start people with deadlift because it's functional. It's something that they might have to do when they, take something out of the bottom drawer or moving dog food. Like it's just something that's realistic to them, opposed to like throwing kettlebells over their heads, which I also do with people, but more so down the stage. So yeah, getting that strength dosage is pretty tough because people are, maybe this is also would put in let's leave the myth. Let me just dispose myths along the way. But I think getting to that strength dosage is pretty difficult for folks.